Hi, my name is Gina, this is Yasser, and we're going to talk to you about our project. And I'm also going to tell you something about TrailBlazers, the company we work for. A short introduction about our application. It's about an AED checker app that we made. And then Yasser is going to talk about the technical overview. And I don't think we have time for Q&A, but afterwards you can also visit us at the booth, or if you see somebody wearing this fancy Hawaii shirt, you can ask them as well. So TrailBlazers, we're a small company. We've been around for 7 years now. We're about 16 people. And we have both Java developers and Agilisten. Those are Scrum Masters and Agile coaches. And we're a bit different than normal consultancy companies because we run the company together. So every month we come together and we decide how to run it. And we have a really open culture. We know everything about how much somebody earns, so salary, and also how much somebody puts into the company with their consultancy job. And for instance, deciding to go and be at a conference like this, we also decide together. We do that with consent decision. So what is an AED? It's an automated external defibrillator, and it's used for when somebody needs CPR, and it can not really restart, but it can restart the normal rhythm of your heart. And they need to be maintained, and that is done by either the developer, the company that supplies them, or a municipality, or a volunteer organization. And we found an organization that does this. One of our colleagues volunteers for this organization. It's Resuscitation Network Amersfoort, and they are volunteers that maintain it. So if there's a call out for a machine, they go and check if it was used and if it was returned. Because in the Netherlands it is an AED needs to be there within 500 meters, a working one. So you need to maintain them. So they used to do it with spreadsheets, phone calls, SMS, WhatsApp, emails. And he was like, maybe it's easier to automate this and easier to maintain. So we built an app for that. And we did it with first organizing a hackathon. And some people came and we built it. And we also asked Resuscitation Network Amersfoort to come so they could talk what they wanted as an application. And we could ask them questions and they could see how we work. So I think Yasser is now going to do his deep dive.
Hi everybody, I'm going to talk a little bit about the functionality of the app. The main purpose of the app is to keep track of the AED locations. And the app sends periodic reminders to the volunteers of the Amersfoort network. When they receive the notification, then can go to the specific location and check things like the AED is still there, because that happens often that people just take it. They can check also the accessories are functional, are usable. Or they can check, for example, that the battery still lives. They can send back what they found back and report back, and then somebody, a technician guy, can come and go to the ID and fix the issue, whatever the issue it was. Talking briefly about technology stack, we have a Kubernetes cluster and a Postgres SQL server. We make use of Google Cloud for that. Our backend, we have a Spring Boot application there. And for the front end, we have an Angular application facing the user. We have a testing strategy so far of 3 layers. We have integration and unit tests verifying our API. And for the front end, we have end-to-end testing. As I mentioned before, is an Angular application. And in our last hackathon, we made some efforts to build to generate mobile builds for Android and iOS. We succeed so far with the use of capacitor. And for those who knows capacitor, what basically does is to take the web application and grabs it in a native shell. So far, we have had 3 editions of our hackathon. In the first one, we launched the starting of developing of the app. In the subsequent ones, we added multi-tenancy functionality to the app. And in the last one, as I mentioned before, we add the builds for iOS and Android. But we still have some more work to do, and we want you to invite you to come and join us. We have plenty of areas where you can have fun. We still have receiving constant feedback from the network Amersfoort, so we fix bugs and we add new features that they request. We can help us broaden our testing suite. There's always more testing to be added. For native app development, we still want to have fully native apps for that. So if you feel like, I want to try app development, so you can also work on that. And other areas that we have, like the pipelines, there's always something to be done there. And if you want to learn or also improve our Kubernetes configuration, you are more than welcome. And for any AI enthusiast who wants to add some smart features to our app, you are also welcome. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this briefly presentation. And our next hackathon will be on the 28th of June. So if you have some time, please join us there in VESP, so we can build something together and create safer communities. You have any questions?
There's still time for questions. And actually, you won't be the first ones to join us from outside the company. There's already 2 people joining us. One of them is a tester. He does all kinds of test automatization, and he said, hey, this is cool. Here I can experiment, and it looks great on my CV. And one is also a Java developer, and he's quite junior, and he's learning things like Angular and Spring Boot and stuff like that. So everybody's welcome. So the question is, are the AEDs connected to the internet? Some of them are, but we're actually not using that because it's protected. Hartslag Nu in the Netherlands does use it, and the companies that maintain them also use it. But there's a danger because they don't have their own GSM, so they need to be connected to a Wi-Fi. And sometimes people change their password. So it already has happened that an AED hasn't been maintained for 6 months because the Wi-Fi password was changed.
Would it be useful to implement batch jobs so you can still run AEDs to get checked if they're not connected?
So you mean batch jobs to... Oh, that's actually what our application does. We do have a batch job, and we alert them that they have to check every month. And if they haven't checked it within a week, then they get another email and notification on their app that they really need to check it now. So the app is actually multiple parts. It's the one for the people that check it, and there's also one for the admin, and they can also see it. And they can also put an AED on. You need to check it now because there was a call out and it was used, or maybe it was used. Go check if it was used. So then there need to be parts that need to be changed, and also it needs to be brought back. Do you have a question? Or? Okay, thank you very much for coming, and please join us.
Thank you.